It is the weekend here, guys, and we're about to hit the town.
Yep, so come with us and see how we, as expats here in Saigon, spend our weekends.
Bye-bye, Patchy. Bye-bye, Patchy. Come on.
Thank you.
And we are here at Diamond Plaza, District 1. So we've come down here because Steph needs to go to the local doctor to pick up some prescriptions. Hey, Steph?
Yeah, and a lot of you might have questions about insurance and things like that while you're here in Vietnam. I'm actually not the best one to answer because I actually have excellent insurance through my work. It's Allianz insurance, in case you're wondering. But it covers everything, and it even covers things if I go outside of Vietnam, so it's a really good insurance policy. But we'll take you to the doctors, and if they let us film at least a little bit inside, you can see what the doctors is like here in Vietnam.
Lead the way. So the clinic we usually frequent is called Family Medical, and this is the branch in District 1. There are several branches across the city. They have them in District 2, District 7, and I'm not sure about any others, but it's really high level coverage, and it's also, most of the doctors are international doctors, so Americans, Europeans, Japanese, there's all kinds.
Yeah. So, you don't have to worry about communicating with any of the doctors, no matter where they come. They always speak English really well, and neither of us have ever had any major problems, medical problems, but everything has always been good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, definitely no complaints about the
coverage
care,
here.
the coverage and the care here at Family Medical.
And it's super windy day today. This is the monsoon, guys, and it's been a terrible monsoon this year.
And the last week has been really, really wet, like not just the usual monsoon that it rains and then it stops, but kind of dreary and raining all day, quite hard and windy. So yeah, it's not been the best year for the monsoon.
It's not, and here we are.
Yep, Family Medical Practice. They also have emergency medical services.
And an ambulance, yeah.
An ambulance, so that's what you dial if you want them to come get you.
And here we are.
Hello. I'm going to take you at 10:20 for Stephanie Ryan. Stephanie Ryan. Stephanie Ryan? Yes.
So I better turn this off because some people will be concerned about their privacy. Oh, you're going upstairs. Okay then, I'll wait down here for you.
Done.
And what have you got there?
I've got my medication for 3 months, all set to go. That's basically the reason I come here, is usually just to refill my meds, because then it's free. I also come sometimes if I catch a cold and maybe have a sinus infection, things like that. But other than that, luckily, I haven't needed a doctor too often here.
Awesome. And did you have to pay?
No, I didn't have to pay anything. So I've never had to pay. That's in 2 years, never had to pay anything. So it's a good insurance policy.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So now that we're in District 1, I want an Arabica coffee.
Susan's favorite.
Yeah, the best coffee in all the world. Well, the best coffee shop. So it's this way, I do believe. And Diamond Plaza is a mall, but it's not a very interesting mall. All high-end brands and a lot of cosmetics.
Yeah, I often see people taking selfies out the front of it. That seems to be the most popular part of it.
All right, I'll turn this off and turn it back on shortly. All right, so we're getting near the touristy part of D1.
Yeah, so we're at Book Street, or almost at Book Street. We'll take you on a little walk down there. It's kind of funny now that we live, noisy. Now that we live in D7, it feels like quite an adventure to come to D1. It's like a real outing. So I can't wait for the weekends whenever we come here. I want to walk down everything.
So Book Street has a lot of books, as you would imagine. As you can see, bookshop here, quite busy, quite full. And got some lovely diaries too. Here's a Da Nang one. You can see that. And also got Hue, which is my favorite little town in Vietnam. Lovely. So if you jump on one of my Vietnam tours, and Ho Chi Minh's part of the tour, we'll bring you down here. Now they have some kind of book launch here by the looks of it. Happy organisations. Very busy, a lot of people here. Alright, we'll leave that.
Yeah, it's a little bit too crowded on Book Street today because of that. So let's go and grab a coffee somewhere else.
And we can see Notre Dame here. Notre Dame Cathedral, built by the French back in the 1800s. And I'm dying for a coffee. I haven't had a coffee for, well, actually, yeah, it's actually been weeks since I've had a coffee out, and it's even been a few weeks since I made one at home. I've been quite good lately. Trying to cut back my tea and coffee consumption. Yeah, trying to be good. Always making little pancakes on the street here. Hello. So he makes them in the little waffle iron. There it is.
Hello.
Yep. Looks good. How much are they? How much? 30,000. So a bit over $1 US for a bag of pikelets or waffly pancakes. Trouble is, there's nothing to put on them. They haven't really cottoned on to the upsell. If you had some fruit and some cream there,
then Susan would be all over that.
yeah, and he'd have a lot more customers too. And of course, that's where your profit is too, in the value added. Here we go. We have the post office. Now, we've shown you this in many videos, but we're just walking past it to get the coffee today. This is where we sent postcards out to some of our subscribers, but I don't know, only a couple of people got back to us that they received them.
Yeah, those that we sent in the first lot got back to us, and both of them said that they received it, but we haven't heard from anyone else, so we hope that that second lot also made it where they were going.
Yeah, because they're taking a long time. There are some scams in this part of the world with stamps though. I just didn't think these scams happened anymore, but maybe they still do. Whereby someone who works at the post office takes the stamps off the postcards and resells them.
Yeah, so I don't know if that happens here, or if we just haven't heard from people, or if it's just taking a good old time and going around the world. But yeah, let us know when you get your postcards.
Yeah, and here we've got my favorite shop, Percent by Arabica. Not quite as busy as the last time we were here, thankfully. Oh, smells good. Hello, good morning. Oh yeah. How are you? Good?
Fine. Are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Can we get 2 cafe latte?
One hot spice.
Yeah, hot please, in the small size.
Hot
This
size.
one. In this size.
This is 8L, this is 12L. 8L.
Okay, thank you.
200.
200, okay. Let me just turn this off for a second. These have arrived. Add a little bit of syrup to those if we can. Have a napkin, grab Wistera, and we'll be all good if we don't tip it over the kid. Thank you. Ooh, oh, they're running everywhere. Careful. Huh? Yeah, watch the door. right, we've been out here before, haven't we?
We have, but this is the middle of the day, or actually it's morning still. But trust the foreigners to be some of the only ones out sitting, not in the aircon.
Yeah, well, we're not the only ones. There's a few people.
Couple, but not. It's packed in there.
It is, but right in the sun too.
Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it? It makes you feel like you're traveling again.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about weekends here as an expat, because you know, it's still not your country, and even though we've been here 2 years, there's always something that still feels new. And actually, now that we've moved to District 7, coming to District 1, you feel like you're a tourist here because everyone else is a tourist here. So it's kind of fun.
It's fun, isn't it?
Even if you're not doing anything overly special, it still feels like you're traveling, you're seeing something new.
Yeah.
It's quite exciting.
Yeah, you can forget about your house and your home chores for a little while and just play tourist for a half day. So what is life like as an expat living in Southeast Asia? During the week, we're doing a lot of work on our computers. As I have said in other videos, I'm editing photos, I'm planning and getting ready for tours. I'm also making short form, long form. Sometimes I'm writing travel stories. But Steph, she works a regular kind of job here. So weekends are a little bit more different than her normal work day, whereas I don't have any set hours. I'm a freelancer.
Yes, so luckily I do get to work from home sometimes as well. I do have some flexible work, but I'm still 8 to 4. Okay, those are my hours because I get up early. So even if I'm not in at the office, I'm in at home having to do my work. So the weekends are the only time that I'm free to, you know, to run errands. Oh, this wind, beautiful hair.
Okay,
we might
need to go somewhere else. You can tell us. Guys, so we had to move spots.
Change the scenery, and Saigon is not a good hair place for me anyway, because my hair is either really frizzy or it's blowing in the wind. So anyway, I'm pretty used to it. So as I was saying, I do get to work from home some days, but it's still an 8 to 4 job, which means whenever it comes to running errands, doing the things I need to do, getting groceries, all that has to come on the weekend, same as whenever you're working from at home, you know, in our home countries. That said, we still like to come out. Often, at least one evening, we'll have an early dinner and a beer at one of our favorite places. We spend a lot of time making our videos for you guys, so I guess you guys know a lot of what we get up to on the weekends because it's been in videos. And I think it's not all that different from home, but there's just that added element of it not being where you're from, so it's still being quite interesting, as I said.
Yeah, and because I am free most days to pick and choose my own hours, I get a lot of the chores done at home, like the groceries and cleaning the house and doing the laundry. So then Steph has more free time to join me when we come to town like we are doing today. So today we're just going to show you around D1 some things that we like to indulge in.
This bag is blowing, the wind. This is not a smooth production today, at least not on my part.
Yeah, so you know, when we come to D1, we like to come and have a coffee. We like to walk around the streets and mingle with the tourists at the locations and play tourists. You know, we still have a vibe for traveling here, and we also like to go out and get something to eat, and if we're lucky, we get a beer with it.
Yeah. And that's just it. You see people who are so excited to be here in Vietnam because they're tourists. And it reminds you that you're really quite lucky to live here. You know, I know we take it for granted. Whenever you're living anywhere, it just becomes home. It becomes a little bit of a drudge. But being around so many tourists, I always feel like, yeah, lucky to live here. There's things to see. There's always something going on. And I think we might even eat somewhere new today, somewhere we haven't eaten before, just to try something new.
Yeah. How's that coffee going?
This coffee is amazing. It's really smooth. And yeah, I know some of you might be like, you're in Vietnam, why are you having Arabica coffee? But this is really special coffee. And I usually have Vietnamese coffee, but if I'm in D1, I do like to stop and have some Arabica.
That's right, eh? Well guys, that was so delicious. Finished that in no time flat. I could have another one. It's so smooth. It's not even like you've had a coffee. It's just so good.
Yeah. We're not like the Vietnamese that we sit on our coffees for a long time. We just kind of guzzle it down. I feel that's very American of me, but yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, in Vietnam they can sit on it for an hour, right?
Yeah, and that's why they also put a lot of ice in the iced coffee and stuff. So, and it's really strong when you first get it, so that as the ice melts, you know, it becomes more and more actually enjoyable to drink. And yeah, they just sit for hours and chat, and there's never any push in Vietnam for you to get out of the coffee shops, which is great, because sometimes in the West, you know, it's like, okay, you got what you came in for, here's your bill, you know, you get the feeling that you should leave as soon as possible. Definitely not the feeling here.
Yep. All right, so we might go for a little wander and find somewhere else to sit and something else to indulge in, and then we might update you on what's happening with the channel, some news.
Yeah, so we got a lot to talk about.
So as I said, we're going to be changing up our content a little bit in the near future. In fact, starting with this vlog. But before we walk any further, let's have a look here. You've probably seen it in our other videos, but if you're new to the channel, here we are. That's the Opera House. We're in the center of downtown here. This is like tourist central. We've got Hotel Continental over there, a beautiful old hotel. In fact, that hotel, the Opera House, and the Caravel, that tall hotel there, were some of the only high-rise buildings in the city during the Vietnam War. Of course, there were a couple of others, including the wrecks behind the trees here that you can't see. But that was pretty much it. There wasn't much else. And we can see it's the end of summer. They're beautifying the city. Looks gorgeous. Well, it's not really the end of summer, is it? It's the middle of the monsoon. It's always summer here.
Yeah, I have lost complete track of the different seasons since moving to Saigon, because for me it's always just hot. Hot and dry, hot and wet. Certainly they've got some fall decorations up and stuff. Well, it does not feel like fall in Saigon, but I guess they're getting into the spirit of it.
That's where I think I got it from. I was having like implanted subliminal messages sent to me that it was the end of summer and the start of fall, but there's nothing fall about 40 degrees every day.
No.
All right, and as for the channel, Steph, how is that changing?
Well, we're going to be doing some more kind of raw style vlogs to some extent, and so as we start that, we're going to introduce you to ourselves a bit more and also tell you a bit about our plans for this coming 6 months or so. Okay, so first we're going to find somewhere to sit so we can do this a little bit more comfortably, and we'll also show you some of the decadent things available here in Saigon.
Awesome. Yes, decadent. I like decadent. I'm a fan of decadent, guys, if you haven't already realized. I quite like my sweets, and decadent usually means sweet. So I'm all for that. So let's get going. And yeah, let's indulge. I feel like indulging. What do I feel like? Lemon meringue tart, tiramisu. Steph?
Chocolate. Always chocolate.
Yeah, she loves chocolate. I find chocolate too rich. So, but I like chocolate too. There's no doubt about that. But I do find it very rich. Whew. Well, guys, I think we might have made it. We've walked an extra half a kilometre at least.
Yeah, we took the scenic route.
We did. GPS, it was a bit slow today, probably because of the weather.
Yeah.
And it had us walking the wrong way for a little bit. Anyway, we've come to the flagship store. We could have gone to a smaller one, more central in D1, but we decided to come to their main store simply because it's bigger and nicer than the other stores. And here it is. Our favorite chocolate shop in all of Vietnam. My son Mug. Awesome. Ah, yes. Aircon. And here we go. We've got the cocoa beans roasting. What good timing. We've got music playing, so talk loud. Lots of product here. Gorgeous products. Chocolates. Oh yeah.
I actually need to be looking at some of these prices because I want to take some home to me, which we'll get to that in a few minutes. But yeah, definitely not picking it up today because we're out and it is so hot.
Yeah.
We're going to stop by the one near our house and pick up some stuff for family.
Yeah, so they've got lots of different products. They've also got lots of yummy, hello, how are you? They've got delicious cookies here, we know, we've had them before. Cakes.
Moon cakes because the autumn festival is coming.
Yep.
Banana cake and ice cream.
Yes, that looks
It
good.
does look good.
And here's also choco mint cake, chocolate tart. We've got barn cheesecake, Paris Saigon. Yes, plenty of good ones, eh?
Yeah, so I say that we find what we want to eat, take a seat, and then talk to you a little bit more.
All right, we're settled, and let's just have a look here because they actually prepare and bake the cakes right in front of you here at this flagship store. So we've got some lovely pieces of chocolate there, and here he's just putting together a cake of some kind. Here's Steph's here, the banana cake. Let's see if we can zoom in. It's not going to hold its shape. Oh, she's quick. She'll be right. And she wants to place it with herself looking. That looks good. And a little piece of chocolate on top. And there it goes. It's ready to be served. It will come out shortly. All right, Steph, yours has arrived.
Mine looks amazing. And look at this cute little bit of chocolate. Oh,
Give us a look
it's
inside.
adorable.
Oh yeah,
It's
you
supposed to be
just a little
chocolate.
bit of milk
Let's
chocolate.
see.
Pour that on.
Pour it on, pour it on.
Oh, it's like
It's a lot.
It's like chocolate milk.
Yeah.
It's kind of watered down.
Anyway, I love banana cake here. I've never had it actually here, but I love it in Vietnam. So I think this is going to be really nice.
Righto, where you go? Whoa.
Bit of ice cream. That banana cake, absolutely delicious. Not dry one bit,
No, I
absolutely.
suppose not. It's in a flood.
Well, even that, it's still, that's just over the top. And then you've also got some of this chocolate crunch stuff.
Like a cookie it
Yeah, it's, I think it's got nuts in it as well. Great food here.
was. Delicious, eh? But yes, they still don't know about serving people together, do they?
No. I think this happened last time too.
Yeah, I think if we were here with a group, the first person might be ready to go home.
It could be a long outing. Each person gets their meal. Or gets their dessert.
Anyway, all good things. Well, Steph's is almost finished. Right as mine arrives. Anyway, that looks so decadent, doesn't it, guys? Oh my god, that looks too pretty to eat. We have got a little piece of Maison chocolate there. We've got, I think, let me try. Some caramelized kind of grated nut. We've got some, I don't know what kind of mint that one is. Maybe that's Vietnamese mint. Here we've got traditional mint. And here a bit more of Vietnamese mint maybe. And we've got mint, a layer of sponge cake, and at the bottom we've got chocolate with with another layer of sponge cake. So let me break some of this off. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that looks good. Oh my god, I can't help but get excited when I see food like this, guys. Can it be called food though? I'm not sure. Lovely mint flavour. Chocolate mousse is good too. It's kind of like a mousse. That is good. Well guys, as you can imagine, that was absolutely delicious. plates tell the story.
Totally cleared that. Nothing left.
Yeah, so the two of them together was 18 New Zealand dollars or 11 US dollars. So getting close to Western prices there. But that's what happens if you want to come out to, let's say, luxury establishments in this part of the world.
Yeah, and I mean for me, because we live here, I'm just happy that we can get this. We don't get it that often, but it's nice if you feel like, oh, let's have something a little bit more decadent than usual, that you can come out and get it. And also that these are Vietnamese products, and I love that too. I love supporting the really high quality products here in Vietnam, supporting locally. This is a great place to come for that.
Yeah, so Vietnamese chocolate, eh?
Yeah, exactly. It's grown in a few parts of the country, but yeah, absolutely amazing. And even a lot of your Belgian top chocolate comes from here.
But back to the channel, guys. So in a bit over a week, I'll be in India, and I'll be there alone because I'm heading there to meet a group of Kiwis who I've got signed up on a tour, and we're heading up to the north of Ladakh on the highest plateau. Beyond the Himalayas, on the Tibetan plateau, we're going to Ladakh. So I'll be there alone in India this time. I'll be vlogging and bringing you along. Vlogs will be a little bit different because I don't have my wing woman. So Steph is usually the one, as you probably know, who does all the eating, especially in a place like India. So I will try my best. You'll have to watch and see if I can handle it alone. I've been several times, but it isn't easy vlogging, traveling, eating local food, doing the whole shebang, doing the whole shebang by yourself. So we'll see how I go. So please do keep watching, and Steph will tell you what she's up to when we get to the next place. You'll have to wait.
Yep, keeping you hanging on. All right, guys, I'm taking over for a moment. Seems Susan wants me to get more used to filming. I still don't think I'm the best one to be doing this. So we headed out without much of a plan today, and we've already had dessert, so I guess we had dessert first, which is my grand's philosophy. She lived to be 106, so I think she's a pretty good one to follow. She always said, eat dessert first. She had a big sweet tooth. And now, I just kind of realized that one of our favorite Bun Thit Nung places isn't too far away. So we decided to go there for lunch, late lunch, early dinner. We're heading there now. And yeah, it might seem like we're on an eating fest, but that was kind of by accident. We actually thought we'd get to Mae Son Maru a lot earlier, but we got lost. So I feel like we've already kind of worked off our calories, and it's about time for a late lunch now. Anyway, this is where we're walking, heading towards Vu Bien.
Good job, Steph. So yes, we're heading towards Vu Bien, which is the party night street here in Red Light District Street here in Ho Chi Minh. So we've got about another kilometre's walk to get where we're going. So we've got some kind of nightclubs, Frolic there, and we're trying to find this Bun Thit restaurant, and I see it now, it's on the other side, so we have found it. Bun Thit is my favourite dish here in the south. I'm a fan of Bun Cha in the north, but in the south here I like Bun Thit, and they're kind of the same, except for Bun Cha in the north is in a broth, whereas Bun Thit in the south here is a dry noodle dish. And here we've got the spring rolls. Oh, they're preparing the bowls up here. That looks good, yeah. That looks good. Oh, we've got the pieces of pork. We've got the pork grill, peanuts on top there. That looks so good. Yeah, let's find a seat. Where can we sit? All right. So noodle, grilled pork, 2 spring rolls. I think that's what I want.
Okay, is that what?
Em, you sit here. Sit here. You can join us. Where are you from?
I don't want to be filmed.
Oh, don't you? Oh, that's no good.
Got chocolate in it. Okay, yeah, I'll have the one spring roll.
Steph says I got chocolate in my teeth.
It's gone. It was
Is it
on the
gone?
front. Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. If it was there for the last few minutes. So you're getting the first one with one spring roll.
Yep.
With 2 kinds of meat.
Yep.
And I'm getting the 1 kind of meat with 2 spring rolls. Sounds good.
I'll have herbal cold tea.
You want herbal tea?
Yep.
And what do I want? I want Mirinda, maybe. It's a fish sauce?
Yes.
Wow,
Alright.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that was quite a walk.
Yes, it's definitely quite a walk. This is a great price meal here though, and we've had it before and it's delicious.
91,000 it was.
For both, right?
Yeah.
And for our drinks.
Yeah.
So that is under $4.
Under $4 US
Really
for
great
2
value.
meals and 2 drinks.
Yep, really great value.
Awesome. All right, Steph. So do you want to tell us what's happening with you over the next couple of months?
Yeah, so I mean, to start with, Susan's going to lead her photo tour and I'm here working, so I don't have as much time off. But as she gets back, I'm going to be leaving and I'm going to be going to my hometown. A lot of you know me as a Kiwi because that's what I usually say, so I'm a Kiwi. I immigrated to New Zealand. It's been 15 years now. So 15 years ago, I immigrated to New Zealand. But if you know accents, you know I was born in the US. I've also mentioned it a few times on the channel. So I'm actually going back to the US, to my hometown, for the first time since 2001. It's been a long time since I've been back.
2001?
That's the last time I was in my hometown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so last time I was in my hometown in Pennsylvania. And I'm from a really small little place. I haven't seen my family in that long either, so I'm not going to be vlogging much. I'm going to try to vlog once, just to kind of give you an idea of what it's like in small town America, because I really think that small town America deserves a voice. And whenever I show you where I come from, it's a tiny, tiny little place, and you're probably going to know why I left, but I also want you to know why I think it's special. So I'm going to do my best to make one vlog that showcases the place. And I want to do that too because I really believe that I am who I am because I grew up there.
Sorry, this one no have already. You can choose order.
No hair?
Yes.
Mirinda or something.
Do you have oolong tea?
Oolong tea.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. So they're telling us to change.
Yeah, they don't have my tea, my herbal tea, so I had to get something else.
Okay, so hometown America doesn't get as much recognition,
Yeah.
or it gets a bad rap?
Yeah, or actually it just doesn't get any recognition. You know, people think of either the sparkly, shiny US, they think of the crazy politics. They definitely don't think of the Rust Belt, which is where I'm from, or if they think of the Rust Belt, they have really bad ideas of it. So whether you like it, whether you don't, whatever I show you, I'm just going to try to let it emerge. But I do believe that the place made me who I am today because that's where I grew up.
And she's a pretty nice person.
At least I'm a nice person, and I think that that's because I grew up in small town USA. So I kind of want to showcase that.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so you've got 1 spring roll with 2 kinds of pork,
Yep.
vermicelli noodles, some veg, peanuts, and I've got 1 kind of pork, just a grilled pork, with 2 spring rolls and vermicelli noodles.
I need some
and we need to get
cutlery.
this. Grab your fish sauce. I'll put that on first. Be careful.
The fish sauce, I could swim in fish sauce. I love it.
That's not swimming. That was barely putting any on.
Well, I gotta taste it first. I also like some chilies. Put that in. Right. Oh, they have the little bowls too. We were supposed to mix that.
So what do you want? Chopsticks?
Chopsticks and a fork. Okay. All right, so let me get some of this, some of the fresh veg. There's lettuce, there's cucumber. There's also some herbs, as always, in Vietnam. I like lots of this. bit more. Okay, you need to mix this dish up. Get all the goodness going.
Mix, mix, mix.
Mix, mix, mix. All that nice grilled meat. Nice crispy spring roll. All right. Let's see. Look at that, guys. Looks delicious, right? Got some meat, got some noodles, got some veg. That is delicious. Absolutely love this dish. Love the freshness of it.
Well, another great meal in Vietnam, guys. It's hard to go past it. I couldn't quite eat it all. I was still full, I think, from my cake, but yeah, couldn't quite eat it all.
I ate it all. That's me for the day. Very delicious. Now, what better thing to have after a nice meal? I think on a weekend, might be time for a beer. Let's see if we can find one.
Let's see if we can find one. With Bouvienne just across the road.
Exactly, Bouvienne's like a 2-minute walk.
So this street that we're walking along is Bouvienne. It's the red light party street here in Ho Chi Minh City. Of course, right at the moment, it's not looking its same
never
self.
guess during the day.
Yeah.
This is where all the action happens.
Yeah.
But that's all right. Not looking for action, just looking for a beer. So.
Yeah, so we just look for somewhere to sit. So normally these bars on both sides have music pumping, have girls and boys dancing in the window. We might even be able to drop a clip in from one of our previous vlogs here to show you what we're talking about. If not, I've probably got a photo I can at least put in. But yeah, of course, this is nothing like what it is. And they also close it off at around 8 or 9 o'clock. So it's pedestrian only. A lot of backpackers stay in this area. It's probably the cheapest guest houses are here, but it's also very noisy right until, I don't know, 3 a.m. or something like that. So
it's also where some unsavory characters hang out, so you do have to watch yourself here at night a little bit more than a lot of other places, I'd say.
in the city, yeah.
In the city. Good, thank you.
Cheers, Steph.
Cheers.
Woo!
Nothing like a cold beer on a hot day. It's always hot in Saigon, which means I've had a lot of beers here. Not here in Bouvienne, but here in Saigon.
That's right, eh? Hello, Em. Good to see you again. How are you? How's business?
I just want to buy something.
No, we don't need to buy. We already bought
I
before.
just want to buy magnet kitchen.
Last time we were here in Bouvienne, we bought magnets from her, but we don't need any more.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Kong, kong, kong.
Yeah, no need.
Well, as Steph told you when we were eating that bun tit, she's going back home for a couple of weeks after I get back from India, and after that we've got some major travel plans coming up. I'm leading a couple more tours over in the Middle East. Steph's going to hold down the fort with the beautiful cats, and then we're off to somewhere special for Christmas.
Yeah, are we saying where we're off to?
No.
No, okay, so it is a country that we've never been to, either of us. We're heading there for Christmas. Susan's gonna travel slowly and meet me. I'm flying straight there, and we also then, in the new year, over Tet and all that, we have some amazing things planned.
What is Tet?
Tet is the Lunar New Year. So once it's the Lunar New Year, which is the end of January, we have some amazing travels in Southeast Asia planned.
Yeah, which we've also never shown on this channel.
Exactly, so a lot of new stuff coming, a lot of excitement on our parts for the places that we're going, and I hope that you stick around, and I hope you really enjoy what we show you.
Yeah, and we're going to do it more in raw kind of vlog style. Get out there, show your warts and all, and hopefully you get to know us a little bit better by showing a bit more of our personality and telling you what we like, dislike about wherever we are and what we're doing at the time.
Yeah, so, you know, not so much edited, just kind of walking on the streets, showing you what we get, showing you what the prices are of wherever we go. And a lot of this is because we're going to be traveling, and especially Susan's going to be traveling, and there's not a lot of time to edit. So we're going to go for a bit of a raw style, and we hope you get to know us, like she said, a little bit better.
Alright guys, my beer's going down a treat, but I just wanted to run past you some of the travels we've got in store because it's just amazing. We've had a rather quiet start to this year. We're spending a lot of time in Vietnam, but I'm off to India, to Ladakh, then Steph's off to the USA, then rather noisy little motorbike man there, and after Steph's trip to the USA, I'm off to Jordan and Iraq, and from Iraq I'm travelling overland to meet her for Christmas. I'm not going to tell you where though, so you'll have to keep watching to find out where we're meeting up. And then we're coming back here to Vietnam, but then to travel in Southeast Asia in countries other than Vietnam. So lots of exciting journeys coming and a lot of vlogs from both of us. So please do stay tuned. Steph, how's that beer going? Done.
I'm always quick. Beer done. We hope that you've liked this little glimpse into what turned out to be quite an indulgent weekend from us. We're not usually... Day, I should say. Yeah. For us, we're not usually quite so indulgent, but we just got here to District 1 and we just kept on rolling.
Had all our favorites.
Yep, hit all of our favorites in the end. So we hope you enjoyed having a look, and we hope that you enjoyed this life update. So even though we're going to some new places, lots of travel is on the horizon, and we really hope you stick with us. Keep watching to see what we get up to. All right, so that's it. I think we're going to close off this vlog that ended up being a lot longer than we thought it would be. We're Girls on the Loose.
We are. Bye-bye, guys, and thank you. We appreciate all your views.
We do.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. It costs you nothing, and it helps us so much.
So very much. Catch you next time, guys.
Bye-bye.